Hey everybody, welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I wanted to ask what advice the cards give me for this month. And I was really very surprised at the cards I was drawing, but you know what? It does make so much sense. So I will just go ahead and share the screen with you so you can see them too. This is really quite interesting what's coming up. So the first card here that we have is just passing through. I was actually expecting blowing up or whatever cards, like what happened last month. And this is the advice for us, what we should do with this energy that's coming up. So I realized that a card reading is not showing you in that way the energy that is outside, but what we can do about it. So when we have here, you can see this is a wing, an eagle wing that is not connected to a body. And the wing itself is representing, the bird is representing the soul in general. And so we can see that this wing is just going kind of when we have a window here, it's coming in and just about to pass, to move through. And this is what the passing through is saying. And it is the 31 number is also a connection that we should think about the principle of Trinity. Duality is always the forth and back to give us a problem. But the Trinity, because every time when we solve something, what we call problem, we move to a third point, which completes the triangle, which is the solution. And so we can find the solutions within, according to this card. We don't have to uh, look so much at the outside because even if we are connected to the game that is playing out there somewhere, we have to become the observer. And I think this is a very important keyword for again and again and again, we have to become the observer. And this is in more or less every spiritual practice, one of the most important topic to not be involved emotionally, um, not to analyze mentally, which would the clouds in the background remind us of the mind, also the illusion and how fast the clouds are fleeting. So how fast thoughts are coming and going. And again, thoughts are not who we are. We have to be the observer because we are not our thoughts. And the saying, I think, therefore I am, is completely wrong when you look at it from a spiritual perspective. So, this is a very important message to not engage. Whatever happened in the outside world in the moment, do not engage. Just let it go, let it be, and feel more like a visitor again here on earth. This is actually what we are. We are spiritual beings having this human experience, meaning that we are here for experience. So the more we can observe, the more clear we are about what is really going on and where that we are going. And this is helping us in many, many ways not to fall into despair or to move into depression. I can see that a lot of people in the moment are in a depression because once you start to watch all this news and everything what's going on, it's like you're going crazy. But again, remember that each person's reality is different. When I look at my reality here, then what is happening out there, of course, it's touching me to a certain degree. But still, I have my different life here. And so have you. You have your own life. You have that what you need to understand what is happening to you will help you to understand how can I say that? To Okay, that we do not have in that way the responsibility for all what happened. Because remember, responsibility, I can respond only to that where I'm completely engaged. So I can respond to my surrounding, to the people around me, to the situation around me. So look around you where you are and respond to that, and let the other things, let it go, let it be outside, and it has nothing really to do with you. One of the things here is also that we have to accept the truth of existence in the world that we are in the moment, as a being, as a living being, as a feeling being, and a series of events that are happening outside of us are happening so we can learn a lesson, or um, we can see things that otherwise we wouldn't. For example, when you look at the situation of all the surface of this negativity and what has been on the ground, literally and figuratively, that is underground, what we couldn't see, buried, and now it all blows up. It's very interesting when you look at earthquakes, also those earthquakes that are quite shallow, that they usually bring in a couple bangs. And what is a bang? It's generally an explosion. So you know that probably at that time some of those underground tunnels are blown up. And this is happening quite often in the moment. So you can see that a lot of things are happening. And what is it, what helps us to really cope with that is that we move through and we just go ahead with our life, with our response abilities, and try to be the best helpers that we can be. I cannot be a helper for somebody in a different country in the moment, or in a different culture, or whatever. I have to be the helper for the people that are around me. And I have to see the emergency of whatever is that is coming into my life, and transform as much negativity as I can with being the observer. And just, it's like the lighthouse, you send the light out and the light is penetrating the darkness. So as a spirit having a human experience, we are trapped in that physical body. And it's very difficult to see through that illusion that we are not the body, but that we are this being having a human experience. So again, the symbol does not really, the wing does not really point out one thing at all. It just is that going through that, moving through that observation, that you don't need to confront and to even look at everything what is happening. When you have the wing and you look at the background also, you can see that this is a landscape far down. So it's not a card that asks us to be involved. Then we have the second one, the 62, which is a time card. We have 3 times cards in the Dakini Oracle. One is past, present, and future. So the past comes up, and I've been talking about that card before. And this is, the dangerous part of it is actually that is connected with the tantric traditions. The lioness that fills the picture, and here we have a second one that is helping us to find our courage. And in the tantric traditions, this is Sengedolma, that is the Dakini that is connected with the past. So the lion-headed savior as not the savior, as we are usually always go for the male energy here. It's here a female energy, and she was the one bringing transmissions of the higher energy, the tantric teachings, to Tibet. So this is connected with the oracle here. So this is a very high potency card, and it helps us to transform the past to, but we have to see, the dangerous part here is now we have to face that what is within us, which endangers our path to enlightenment. So the we can say Sengi Dolma is a protector. She is helping us to recognize and value the absolute truth of what is happening. So, considering again that we are living in a place of illusion and that everything is energy and everything is moving forward, um, if we are trying to stop it or not, it doesn't matter. And we cannot even influence it because it is a higher making. It is like a bigger energy that is helping now to move things forward. Um, there is a little girl, young, she's a young lady in the moment in Switzerland who is born psychic, and I was just listening into her, and she said also very clearly on the higher spiritual level, the light has won already, but now it has to manifest everything here in the physical realm first. And the physical realm is also us, and it's also like me, my personal life. When I consider that I am the sum of all my ancestors and everything that has been in the past, I'm not responsible for that past, but I am the top of it and I redeem it. So, what I think is very important in this card is now that we understand that I redeem my ancestor line. And the more I withdraw from the events and become the observer, the more my chances that I can redeem a huge part of the world, which is my whole ancestor line. And this is something that is mainly not understood and also not talked about it, because generally people, they look only for themselves in the moment. How am I going through that? So once you understand, like when this is all your ancestors, all the tree, the kind of, and what do you call it? The tree of the names, everything. Um, that you are on top of it now, and all those in the past, they are connected with you, and you have, with this regard, an option to redeem all of it. And they were not able to do it because it was not the right time, because we are now in the time of the shift. And we are also our ancestors ourselves, because we have had several past lives. And this is the past that is coming here. And that transmission of the pure truth is dangerous in that way that it can actually even burn us. To confront the truth is not easy. To confront the truth is very hard, and because of our brainwash of what we think who we are, of what we believe. And the longer I look at what is happening, the more I see that there is absolutely nothing really true with what they tell us. For example, about our history. For example, what is healthy for us. For example, what we should do, like medicine and all that kind of stuff. This is all lies. And this is what we have to face, what was building up to now, the last 150 years, especially when it comes to modern time. And once we are through this, once we can move beyond all this energy, then it comes the card of abundance. And this is also, like you see, this does not stand on a physical ground. It is also floating in the sky. And this abundance card is not just meant money, but it's just a symbol. So this is the sky chalice is showing us that everything in nature, in us, is overflowing, that whatever we need is already there. We just have to get it. And a lot of people, when you are connected with your poverty consciousness, you believe that it's not there, so you cannot get it. You cannot get something that you don't believe is around, and you cannot go somewhere when you believe that place or whatever it is does not exist. So the chalice that is situated like far up in the sky is helping us to understand that once we visualize things that is also not on the physical yet, it's still kind of in the mental images, emotional mental pictures that we make, that this is the fuel, and money is also fuel, is kind of energy that we use to manifest something. So if we use the manifestation energy, which is inspiration, which is intuition, which is dreams, which is what we do when we are happy, like if you were painting or making music or whatever, when you're truly inspired in spirit, that's also hidden in the word inspired, that this will bring you the abundance that you need. Once you're ready to go out of the consciousness of being a victim, when you go out of the consciousness of limits, which most people are, they believe they are limited. These beliefs, they manifest for us. So the moment you rise your consciousness above that and rely on the capacity that you are the creator of your life and the co-creator of the world, then we can have positive changes in our life. Then things will overflow. And I'm not saying that you're going to have a lot of money at the end of this month. That will be silly. But you will be, if you go that path, you will be connected to the cosmic abundance, we can say, the abundance of all that is, and you will receive whatever you need in the moment. I think one of the most important thing is to understand when this card especially comes also the abundance, that true abundance is not money. Money is part of it, but the true abundance is that we have everything what we need for our experience in the moment. And when we have the lioness there, the card also is connected with our past. So when we let go of the past, when we build up a new consciousness within, that is instead of victim consciousness and abundance consciousness, then we shift our life and it will be better. Whatever happened in the outside cannot touch us anymore. And I think this is the main message in this April cards, that what I asked is like, what can I do to go easy through this month? Become the observer. Whatever comes up, remember that what is coming up within us is very often symbolic. So people are coming into your life, they represent something from your past, somebody from your past. They bring something that you have not resolved yet. So be careful that you don't take it personal and don't shoot the messenger. Then once you understand that everything what is coming into your life now is about you and not about the person who brings it. Once you understand the message, the abundance of all that is will flow into your life, and wherever you are, whatever you do, you will always have what you need in that moment of time. You might not always have what you want, because wanting and what you need in the moment is something different. So the moment when you become that observer and look at the topics that are coming and focus on that instead of what is happening somewhere in the world, then you will be living a life of your own creation and become abundant. this is the topic that's not just for a day or so, that what I ask is for April. So it will help you maybe a little bit to understand what's going on in the months to come, and will also give you the relief that if some spectaculars or whatever things are happening in the outside world and you are not physically there, and not in that way physically connected with the event, just let it go. It might not have anything to do with you. I hope that helps, and I look forward to see you soon again. Bye bye for now.